fully aware of what the scandal of FTX was doing way long before FTX ever was found out to be doing a Ponzi scheme. Man, what was I saying? I don't remember. I was on one.
You were saying that they're all in bed with each other and talking about FTX and how Gary Gensler kind of knew what was going on with that before they even got it rolling.
You know, that what I was saying is Sam Bankman-Fried, the CEO of FTX, they were using QuickBooks for accounting services. They didn't even have any accountants. They're managing $10 billion in customer funds and didn't even have an accountant on staff, which is insane to me. But as you know, Gary Gensler could come up with good regulation, just like companies like Tesla, Amazon. They're all regulated by the SEC. Cryptocurrency is a wild, wild west. The only thing not named Bitcoin, in my opinion, is a Ponzi scheme. Everything from Ethereum down is a potential Ponzi scheme because they have CEOs. Bitcoin's the only one that doesn't have a CEO. It's just code on there. But Gary Gensler is very much tied to a lot of scandals, in my opinion, and they're fully aware of the continuous printing of money by the private press, or the private printing press of the Federal Reserve. It's unfortunate that American people don't get to vote on who's controlling the private press every time they print money, they devalue our assets, which causes inflation. And unfortunately, wages do not increase at the same rate as inflation does. If you're a person out here and you're not getting 8 to 10% more money basically every 12 to 18 months, you're going to take a haircut just from inflation.
Yeah.
If you're making the same money you were 12, 24, 36 months ago today, you need to be asking for a raise, because inflation is
You're
always
bleeding
going
slowly.
to happen.
It's like saving is never going to do it for you, because the inflation rate is more than your interest rate on whatever you have, unless you have, like, God knows, I don't know how much money, and nobody's going to have that much in one place anyway. So.
You know, the stock market's only good because you can fractionally own companies. You can be investing $10, $50. Same thing with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. You can invest $10 in these assets that will appreciate. Holding cash is not good because inflation rate right now is like 8%.
Well, when you talk about inflation and depreciation, part of the reason that we're out here is also because a lot of financial institutions and brokers have been allowed to lend and short shares that they haven't actually located yet.
Yeah.
And in some cases probably have no plan on locating. Some of these FTDs have been going on with the can getting kicked down the road for over a year, 2 years now. So that's basically theft.
Oh, 100%, man. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme to keep the middle class, the 1% of the 1%, the people making the millions and millions and billions of dollars are in on what's going on with big corporations. Small businesses,
retail investors,
small
holders of
community
401ks.
People. 401ks are all being taken advantage of. I mean, in my opinion, if you want to get real conspiracy theory on something, you have to ask yourself, to what end, right? To what end do they do all these ridiculous things where they're not transparent with vaccinations, where they're not transparent with the Federal Reserve, where they're not transparent with our border, they're not transparent with the Ukraine mess and Russia mess. Putin's asking for peace for the last 20 years, and the U.S. is like, nah, we're good. We're good on peace with you. We're just not transparent with the American people, and you got basically the media doing left and right. We need to forget about left and right, black and white. We need to forget about all that. We need to get back to survival instincts, growing food, having farms, having good communities. We need to stop worrying about all this BS. But we're being taken advantage of. But go back to my question: what is this all about? In my opinion, from the money to everything, it's a depopulation movement.
Well, definitely. That's another conversation. Because I was going to start talking about Monsanto when you start talking about gardening and stuff, and the whole corn situation and all that, and everything going on with Monsanto that owns Roundup and all that other stuff. That's a whole different conversation.
Seeds. They don't want heirloom seeds.
Heirloom seeds. I'm a landscaper, so.
Oh yeah, you know what's up then. Heirloom seeds protect you not having to buy more seeds every time.
I know. If you don't pick up every single kernel and package it and resend it to the place you bought it from, that can be 10 years for you.
Are you serious?
In federal prison, yeah. If you want to take kernels from corn that you grew yourself on your own land, that you bought supplements for or whatever, and you tilled and worked that land, and you got to send all those kernels back. Can't reseed them.
You know why there's not.
You can thank Monsanto for that, though. They own all the corn in this country now.
Yeah, agriculture used to be like 60% of the workforce. Now it's like less You know why? It's because it's not